What's going on, El Paso, Texas? Welcome to episode 98, season 6 of Talking Throws podcast, Texas style. I'm Coach Jason.
And I'm Coach Janelle.
And we are throws coaches with the track club, the Throwing Factory. You can check out our bios on the website, thethrowingfactory.com. We're getting into the middle of our heads up on the summer season. So if you're looking to do some summer track meets, please reach out to us. Our contact information is on the bio. If we're not the location where you need, we have other locations like Coach Jarvis East at the Throwing Factory, kind of the East Texas, Mesquite area. West at the Throwing Factory, led by Coach Kai Smith, who does kind of Fort Worth, Weatherford, kind of that rural area. And then if you're out in West Texas, Morgan Knight, that runs Night Power and Performance out in the greater Abilene, West Texas area. All their contact information is on the website, thethrowingfactory.com. Also, to remind everybody, too, very important, we have that YouTube channel. Please give us a subscribe and a thumbs up. Give us comments. We like our feedback on that. So we're trying to generate a lot of views on the YouTube channel. Just go into the search and search Talking Throws Podcast, and it should pop up. Also, thanks to our Season 6 sponsors. Without them, we can't do what we do. We want to lead it off with Texas Track and Field Coaches Association. That website is ttfca.org. Stuart Cantor does a tremendous job for everything in the state of Texas. If you're looking for meet results, current meets, any accolades, All-Americans, or anything that kind of happens special in the Texas Track and Field, that website's the place to go. If you're looking for rules and records as well, he just updated the record. So now I think there's an update in the javelin. We actually have records now for hammer as well. So be sure to go to that website and check them out. 4throws.com, quality implements priced right. Use the code TalkingToes10 to get 10% off. Right now, if you go to 4throws.com, you will see in a tab throwing shoes, and you will see some javelin shoes pop up, but you will actually see some Atlantic throwing shoes pop up. If you hit it for $149, you have women's size, men's 13s, whatever you need, they have it in stock. Also, right now, too, he's having a lot of training equipment for sale, whether it's medicine balls, cones, throwing nets. Just go to 4throws.com, use the code TalkingToes10 to get 10% off. Porta-Circle, making throwing more accessible. Right now, we've had a lot of rain. There's been delays at track meets, so what better tool to use than a Porta-Circle? You can throw that on a concrete underneath the stadium and get those extra reps that you need without creating those fouls. So porta-circle.com, use the code TalkingToes10 to get 10% off. Ready Up Athletic Development out of the greater Austin area, Zach Phillips runs that. You can go to his website, is readyupad.com, or follow Zach on Instagram or Facebook. He has put together a throwing workout program that if you go to the website Train Heroic, the program is called Basic Throw Strength on the website Train Heroic. Use the code Throws10 to get 20% off. That website again is Train Heroic. The program is called Basic Throw Strength. Fiber Sports Discus, a new way to look at rim weight. I got that's a 1.6. Yes. So these discus can actually be purchased at 4throws.com using that same code. Or if you have more questions about different sizes of disc, 2Ks, 0.75s, or whatever, you can go to fibersportsdiscus.com or contact Bruce Caldwell at 817-819-1472. And then remind everybody about a company that handles our printing and embroidering, Big Frog of Colleyville. You can reach out to them at colleyville@bigfrog.com. Today's guest, episode 97, is currently throwing for her home country of Jamaica. She just attended the World Championships in Oregon last year. She had, in 2021, she hit a personal best of 206 feet 6 inches. In 2005, she attended University of El Paso, University of Texas at El Paso, otherwise known as UTEP. She was an All-American in 2015. She was also set a school record in the discus of 191.11 that same year, and she was also the Conference USA champion in the discus. She attended UTEP from 2014 to 2017, fourth all-time for shot put at 48.10 and a quarter. Like I said earlier, she's first all-time on the UTEP list of 191.11. Please welcome to episode 98, Talking Throws Podcast, Texas South, Samantha Hall. Yes!
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Well, thank you so much for being on. And first off, how did the meet go yesterday for you?
Great. I had a season best, 61.40.
Nice. Now, was that locally in Jamaica?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you're slowly getting up there, huh?
Yes.
That's good. Well, that's good. Well, Janelle will start us off, and we'll just kind of go from there.
All right,
Okay.
Samantha. Thank you for being on. We're super excited to hear your story. So tell us, how did you start throwing? How old were you? And when did all that happen?
Well, I started at age 15 going on to 16. And at first I started the javelin, and then I realized, it wasn't going that far. And then I switched over to discus and shot put. So I did that throughout my high school years. My very first mark was 23 meters. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as time goes on, I keep progressing over time. I left high school with 44 meters.
Okay.
And then I transferred to UTEP.
Okay.
And with my first year, I threw 51. My second year, I break the school record, which was 50 meters. Yes.
Awesome.
And I redshirted for my third year, and then I started back again in 2017. And I just wanted to maintain that winning conference because I won it in 2015 and 2017.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's back up a little bit. So when you were 15 and 16 and you made that transition from a javelin thrower to shot and discus, was there a coach that kind of helped you through that fluence? Kind of walk us through kind of maybe that first day of picking up that discus and, hitting the cage 7 times in a row or anything like that? Or kind of what were you, did you kind of do the shuffle and throw across the ring in the discus?
Let's see. We started off like a lot of technique, like the rolling the discus on the floor.
Okay.
Was a lot of that. But my very first time, it was like really flat. Like my discus were very flat, like very low. Like there was no height or nothing like that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it was scary because I remember my first track meet, I didn't want to compete. I'm like, oh no, these girls are throwing much further than me, because at the time they were throwing like 40 meters. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to throw because I'm going to look bad. And my coach just confirmed me like, hey, it's your first time. You all have to start at somewhere. So when I took my very first one, I came 6th overall. So I actually did the final with the 23, and I didn't feel so bad.
Now, what was that coach's name that helped you?
So I had 4 coaches in high school.
Okay.
For each year. So first one, his name was Coach Anderson.
Okay.
That was our first coach. He's the one that introduced me to the shot put and discus. And he had to left the following year. So the second coach for the when I was 16, his name was Mr. Wilson. So he mostly helped me in the shot put because he favored the shot put than discus.
Gotcha.
I was mostly focused on shot put than discus my second year in high school.
Okay.
Third year, it was Mr. Francis.
Okay.
So he helped me with both discus and shot put. And then my final year in high school was Mr. Brown.
Wow. Okay.
So
So tell us a little bit about what high school was like in Jamaica. Were you on a track team for your school, or was it a separate club? How did that work?
oh no, in high school, yeah, you have to represent for your high school once
Okay.
you're like, yeah, in your teenage years.
Okay.
So I went to San Diego High School. So I always represent them in both discus and shot put.
Okay.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, was it big picture going through a different coach every year? You had to be changing cues and I'm sure they verbalized it different and all that type stuff. How did you decipher, how to kind of hone in your technique?
Because I was new at it, I didn't really think much of it that it might affect me or anything. So I'm like, okay, if this is what the coach asking for, that's what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha.
It didn't really affect me that much.
Gotcha. So did Coach Anderson initiate the full rotation, and were you doing a full rotational discus by the end of your freshman year, that first year?
Yeah, yes. During my first year, even though I started off with 23 meters, I ended my season with 36 meters.
Oh wow. Wow. So are you a throw? Were you non-reversing at that time?
Yes, I'm a non-reverse thrower.
Okay. I knew you still were. I was wondering if you were still doing it back then.
Yes.
Okay. What were you considered, how tall are you and long? I was wondering, when you were 15, 16, were you a bigger, taller young lady?
I was the same height, but much skinnier. I would say I was about 150 pounds.
Okay.
And now I'm 208 pounds.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
A lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle now.
So did you come from a family of athletics and background, brothers and sisters? All played sports?
First. I'm actually first.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So you came home and told mom that you're going to do this shot and discus, and what was her comment?
She was very supportive of it. She was like, "Okay, I hope you do your best," and she's always been supportive. She bought me my shoes. She get me like sports drink like Powerade or Gatorade. But yeah, very supportive.
Wow. Awesome. So you have these different coaches, and you slowly start going from that 23 meters and finishing, I think you said at 44 meters. So when did you kind of start getting those notices from colleges, to maybe come into the States, and kind of walk us through how that all came about?
Okay, so before I went to the state, I attended university in Jamaica, which is called University of Technology.
Okay.
Yeah, so my coach at the time, his name was Mr. Swavey. So he's the one who transitioned me from 44 meters to 49 meters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so with him, he was more technical of stuff. So that's when I able to grasp about my technique and able to analyze what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right.
Wow.
Compared to school, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing what they told me to do.
Yeah. So did he have a strong background in throwing and in specializing in discus?
Yes, he was the former coach for Odin Richards, which is the national shot putter for Jamaica.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So do you remember one thing that he kind of saw or changed to get you to that big jump? Because that's a huge jump. That's a big jump.
I know. Was mostly my technique. Like I did a lot of South African techniques.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a lot of it, and my release as well. I remember one time when I just started college with him, he will put me one side or like, you know what? I want you to aim for that tree. So I was just like stand throwing in the grass, not in the
Yeah.
ring, in the grass, and just aiming for this tree. And I'm like, why am I aiming for this tree? And it's like, aim for that spot. He gave me a spot in the tree and said, aim for it. And I worked on that for 4 months.
Really?
Yes. Because it's like, you need to know what you're doing, why you're not getting it, and work on it. So right there, I have to start actually think what he's asking me to do.
Awesome.
So I can able to feel it.
Gotcha.
Not
Yeah.
even in the ring, just on the grass throwing.
On the grass, yes. I was just doing standing through, aiming at this tree for 4 months. And
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Now I'm kind of curious at when 15, 16 and through high school, because I don't know y'all's regular. Were you throwing the 1K?
Oh, yes. We all started off with the 1K.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you got to University of Technology, you were throwing the 1K as well.
Yes. So high school and college and professional, it's the same discus.
Gotcha. So you were there for 1 year, and then you kind of found your way to UTEP. How did that come about?
At the time, Coach Davian Clark, he was the one that wanted me there. He's the one who recruited me there. He and Coach Settle, two of them were working back to back to get me to UTEP. So when I do get to UTEP, I meet Coach Mika.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and first time meeting him because he's from Europe. He had a accent, and for 2 months straight, I couldn't understand him. So I'm like, it's very strong, and I'm like, I asked my teammate, like, what is he saying? Like, cause they work with him for some time, so they have to translate to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, over time, I eventually understand him.
So was that your first time coming into the States, flying? You know, have you?
Not flying to the States. First time I went to the States, I represent my high school for Miami Classics, and I was 14 at the time. I was doing running, 400-meter runner.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, so I transferred from like a 400-meter runner to a thrower.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were kind of a multi-event person. So to speak. Wow, interesting. So did you take a lot of your training from, in the blocks and being explosive into your throwing? Because I know a lot, talking with other people we got on the throw on the show, they use that transition of that. Well, we did a lot of sprint work. Well, that sprint work helped me be explosive, my javelin approach or, sprinting across the ring. Did you kind of borrow the same concepts?
Yes, as I said, all that happened in college. In high school, as I said, I wasn't grasping anything. I wasn't understanding anything. So all of that happened in college.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you come to UTEP and you meet Coach Mika. Were you aware of his background and his success as a thrower? You said earlier you knew he was European. You had trouble understanding, but he's a very high level thrower back in the day.
Yes, I found out by the end of my first year that he was the favorite for a hammer throw. He won NC's championship. So yeah, that's how I got to know about him. And with the other coaches, they all have a background as well. Like Davian Clark, he's an Olympian. His wife, Coach Rastina, was a hurdler, which is now coaching Toby Hamilton, which is the hurdler world record holder right now. Yeah. Yeah. And then the long distance coach, Coach Erin, he was also an Olympian as well. So there was a lot of champions coaching us.
I'm kind of curious, how did you handle the adjustment to El Paso weather?
The only thing that shocked me was that it's cold. Like, yeah, like during the winter time, I didn't expect it to be cold because, coming from Jamaica, it's warm.
Yeah.
Texas is warm. So I can adjust to that. But coming into the cold weather, I'm like, I didn't know Texas can be cold as well.
Yeah. It can get cold in El Paso.
For
that's
sure,
true.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So your first year, did you come in as just a discus, or would you doing to do shot and discus as well?
Oh, I was doing shot put and discus.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. How was that transition from maybe looking at Conference USA competition back in that day versus what you maybe saw, in versus your home collegiate competition?
Difference is here in Jamaica they pick like the best two. Only two per class can compete. But in Conference USA, any amount can compete within that level. So that was like a shock to me.
Was it?
So yeah, so I didn't have to I need to fight for my spot to compete. Like, no, it wasn't like that.
So maybe not as high pressure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So what did you? So you did? I maybe a stupid question. Did your hours transfer the college classes you took from Tech transfer to UTEP? Were you like, how did that all work?
Yes. Yes, they do transfer.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. So what were you going to study at Tech? What did you study at Tech or UTEP?
At UTEP, I studied business economics.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
Wow. Did you get your master's there?
No, just only did one level. Only just got my degree and then I went professional after.
Gotcha. So your freshman year in 2014 in outdoor, you had a pretty good year. You make it to the NCAA West prelims. I think you threw 172.2 to claim the bronze in Conference USA. So I'm guessing that adjustment had to be pretty good, and you went up from 49 meters to over 52 meters now.
52, yeah. And I PR on that day as well.
Wow.
The day of conference, yes.
Wow. So what did you learn from maybe Coach Mika that you didn't learn? Was it Sweeney, at Tech?
Okay.
Oh, Swaby.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Wasn't much of a difference. It's just that it was just finishing what he started.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you go into either your sophomore year and you throw the school record of the 191.11, 58.50 meters. Man, that had to be a big accomplishment. Walk us through that throw and kind of how that day was going for you.
That actually happened at the prelims, NCAA prelims, yes. And I was shocked when I heard 58. I even looked at the official and I asked him like, wait, did you say 58? Yes, 58. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I PR. Because my PB before it was 54.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I threw 54 during during the springtime.
Okay.
Impressive.
And so then you go to the NCAA finals and the championships, and you're second team All-American. You almost make the finals. You get 13th place.
Yeah.
What was that? Because I'm guessing that maybe was your first time on a really big stage.
Yes, and then Oregon, the weather, it tends to rain a lot.
Yes. And it doesn't in El Paso.
Yeah, because it's like hot and dry, and then coming into the wet, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Was that something you probably never thrown in, is a wet ring?
A wet ring, yeah.
Yeah. Was it a big adjustment?
It was.
Yeah, for sure. And the discus even kind of flies a little bit funny, maybe than what you saw out of El Paso versus maybe Hayward and stuff, as far as the wind and stuff, for sure.
Oh yes, and yes, it was a bit windy as well over there. So
Gotcha.
really wet, windy. Yeah.
Gotcha. Who won that year? I don't even remember.
Uh honestly don't remember as well.
Okay. No worry.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. You know, so what kind of if you had to look back to your collegiate years and you're a professional now throwing at some of the best in the world, what would you kind of maybe coach your high school, your college thrower self? Kind of what kind of thrower were you? Were you a thrower that listen to music and you scream? Were you one that kind of sat by yourself? Were you one that didn't take it too seriously? Wish you'd have tried harder?
Um I would have speak to my younger self in high school to
Okay.
take it serious. That's where it started. Cause I was taking it serious in college, but high school not so much.
Okay.
'Cause I was just going through the motion. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I would have liked to talk to my younger self that okay, you need to remember techniques, remember why the coach is telling you this, and yeah. So I would like more like the high school self.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, well, great answer, great answer. And I think we all need to understand that if we could do a little bit of self-reflection, we would all maybe change, our maturity at a younger age.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So, also too, I want to point out your shot put was starting to take off a little bit, into your sophomore and junior year, especially in indoor. I'm
Yeah.
curious, were you a glide shot putter or rotational?
Yes, I was a glider.
Okay, okay. Now, how would you describe your glide?
What do you mean?
Well, like the technical model of it.
Um, glide. Oh,
Just get
Well,
across the ring and throw it.
because here in this, because in the States, we kind of look at maybe like a Michelle Carter glide. I'm sure you might be familiar with Cleopatra Burrell, from Trinidad and Tobago, and kind of her catapult over the top approach. I was just kind of curious if you kind of had a technical model that you kind of followed.
oh. You didn't let me watch a lot of gliders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know who to compare to in terms of the shot put.
Okay.
Okay. So did y'all watch a lot of film on Discus?
Yes, he let me watch a lot of Sandra Perkovich.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's a non-reverse thrower, so I watch a lot of her videos. How she pulls, how she come out the back, how she wind up. Yeah, all that.
Wow. So, all right then. So I have to ask: do you follow her big left heel turn in the back? Do you copy that?
Yes, I try to copy her techniques at
Gotcha.
times, and out the back, but the front it's not the same.
Gotcha. She does a really good job of hitting the middle and staying stacked, and just pulls
Yeah,
everything off of that.
a very strong pull. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got extremely big hands too. For sure, for sure. So your glide starting to take off. You get third in Conference USA, and you're in the indoors in 2016. You're kind of starting to find your way as a collegiate thrower. What was your biggest adjustment that you had to kind of deal with, like from the collegiate levels, and just week in and week out, everybody's good. Everybody's kind of, you got to be your best of your best.
So the start of the indoor season, he would normally put like the top 15, like in terms of their rankings and their distance. And I will always follow up on that and say, okay, I guess my next meet, I'm going to try beat her. My following meet, I'm going to try beat her. So that was my mindset. Every time I update it, I just say, okay, I already passed her. My next opponent is her. And I then try to beat her and try to work myself up to the top.
Wow.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I like that.
Gotcha. Now, was that something you learned from some other coaches, or just something you kind of developed, through trials and tribulations?
That was something I kind of developed for myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That competition. That's
Gotcha.
good.
Now,
Yeah.
you graduated in what year at UTEP?
I finished my track and field in 2017, but I actually graduated in 2018. Like I got my degree in 2018.
Okay. And that was going to lead me up to your professional career.
The Texas Track and Field Coaches Association. Coaches education through our annual winter clinic, the state's #1 track and field clinic. Texas Track and Field promotion, our postseason Meet of Champions, lobbying efforts with the state's governing bodies, the Texas Track and Field Hall of Fame. If it involves Texas Track and Field, we're at the forefront. Join our mission in continuing to make Texas Track and Field the nation's best.
So after you graduated, did you stay there and kind of train, but worked with your coaches back from Jamaica as well?
No, I was just training with Coach Mika at the time until I left.
Gotcha. So do you still talk with him now currently?
Yes, I actually wish him. I talked to him yesterday about how Conference USA is going on because today's their final day.
Oh, okay, that's right. So yeah, they were up in Denton at that new UNT stadium.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
So-
So before you left El Paso, this is not a track related question, but before you left El Paso, did you enjoy some Mexican food while you were in El Paso?
Of course, very, very much. Like my Mexican classmates, yeah, they like to invite you over to their house, like during Thanksgiving or Cinco de Mayo or birthday parties. Like they like to have a lot of food, and they're like, you have to eat or you have to bring home some. So yes, I had a lot of Mexican food.
Yeah. That would be the best kind, homemade in somebody's house.
We have to ask. We asked this to some guests that did you learn to listen to country music? Did you learn to two-step while you were at UTEP?
No, it's mostly Mexican music.
Yeah.
Mexican music.
Yeah, because UTEP is very. I have to ask this too for the football background. UTEP is very famous for the Sun Bowl.
Yes.
What you had to be pretty impressed with that structure and how it kind of lays into that rock and all that as well.
Oh yes, it is. Like the whole school itself, even at the track, it's divided. There's like this big rock divided the track and the football field. Like this
really?
mountain. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm also quite impressed by it.
Wow. So did the football team and the track team share the same complex at UTEP?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering on that one. So were you aware of UTEP's history and legacy of all the Olympians that came through there, all the great hammer throwers, a lot of the European, have came into UTEP and have great years, especially in the 80s and 90s and stuff. Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't. As I said, over time, I get to learn about the coaches, Coach and his time. Actually, they had a yearbook back in his time when he was in college. Yeah. And that's how I knew about it. I'm like, wait, he attended here? He was at that here? So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine.
For sure. So you decided to go back after you spent that year at UTEP and become a professional. So you went back to Jamaica. So are you underneath the kind of now the Jamaican Olympic Federation and training under them?
Actually, there's clubs in Jamaica. So okay. It's up to us which one we would like to join. So most of them are like running clubs. So okay. Racers, Sprint Tech, MVP. Yeah, those are mostly sprinting clubs. And then there's like other clubs. Right now, I'm a part of the Legacy Athletics. So so I joined their club last year and
Okay.
become a pro. Before I was assisted by a high school coach
Okay.
for Excelsior High School. So during 2019 till 2021, he was actually helping me out. And
Nice.
then that's when I got introduced to the Legacy Track Club. And that's where I kind of further on my career.
Gotcha. So I have to add this. You know, one of the most famous throwers to come out of Jamaica is on the male side is Dakers. Do you?
Frederick Bakers.
Yeah. Is he in that same club, or do y'all have much interaction?
No, he's in a different club. He's associated with his college, which is the University of West Indies.
Okay.
And the club is called Reckless Control right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just only tours only. So it's him and his teammate Travis Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they have a female thrower, Shadi Lawrence. She's a part
really?
of that club as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So which club is Danielle Dodd Thomas? Which club is she a part of?
Oh, she's training in the US.
Oh, she okay. So she okay.
Yeah, so she's not in Jamaica. Yeah.
So does each club have its own private funding and kind of are y'all I no disrespect, you don't have to answer it. Are y'all paid athletes and y'all have to go out and work for the club and then that kind of helps with your travel and stuff?
Oh, actually, no, the club doesn't pay us. It's not like the same as USATF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here the clubs help you to get sponsor, like by Puma or Adidas. So they're the one who would assist in paying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So there's a little bit of high pressure for you to perform to get sponsorship to be a paid athlete. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, and to get to that national level. So explain to us, how do you get on the national team for Jamaica? Because I know you were in the you just were in Oregon in 2022 for the World Championships. How did you get upon the team? And then how do you get to maybe going to the Olympics?
So there's like 2 ways to qualify for the team.
Okay.
So either by getting the distance, the automatic distance, or right now IWF, they're having like point standing. So if you're in, it was being a part of the top 32. And I was a part of the top 32, and that's so we were selected to make the team.
Nice. No, what's the standard for y'all? What's the meter standard?
For female is 64:20.
64:20. Okay, that's Olympic. Yeah.
That's the
That's the Olympic one.
okay. And you hit what? 61?
61.
61:40. Yeah.
You're right there. You're right there for sure. So
Big one.
So do y'all have like a big national meet where all the clubs come against each other, so to speak?
Oh, yes. It's national trials. So every country has to have their national trials. So that's how you know who's being selected. And for this one, it's only the top 3 from each country goes there. Unless if there's like a previous winner from world champs, then they will bring 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So winner from that country, you get to bring 4 if you have the 4.
If you have the 4, gotcha. So you did make it to the to Oregon last year. You know, kind of came full circle. You're back in that wet ring.
In the rain.
So what's funny looking at, because I found an article where it kind of looked for the Jamaican roster, and you were the only female discus thrower.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Last year, same person I was talking about, Shadi Lauren, she
Yeah.
got injured mid-season because we were the favorites, me and her.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she got injured, so I was kind of sad that I was alone. But it was my first time, and I enjoyed my experience there.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you train? Because I know Dakers were there, and there was somebody else on the male side, and then you had the shot putters and stuff. Did y'all have a tight camaraderie and train with each other and travel with each other?
Oh yes,
Okay.
I was hanging out with the Discus girl, Travis, Frederick, and Chad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm close friends with them, so I hang around with them while I was on campus at Oregon.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So I have to ask because I also know Sandra Perkovich was at that meet as well. So,
Yes, she was. I actually meet her there. She was in the same dorm as us.
oh, really?
Yeah,
What was that
so I
like?
got to meet her. I took a picture with her, and she's really nice.
Wow. Did you kind of pick her brain technically wise and ask her anything, or did y'all just have
Um,
a conversation?
no, I was shy. I just only asked for a picture.
That's okay. Just get
You
a
were like,
picture.
hey, look at this video.
I watch videos of you.
So you go to that meet, you scratch the first one, but you go 56.99, which was a solid mark for that day and time. Is there anything you look back upon that you learned from that experience that you're using now that you're going to, that you kind of using forward to make yourself better?
Yes. I told myself that okay, that was my first time. It was all about the experience there,
Yeah.
and then this year I'm like, okay, this time I'm focusing on making the top 12.
Top 12.
So it's all about taking step by step. I already been there, so this year my next step is making the top 12.
Wow. So
Mhm.
that's you're talking about going back to the worlds this year for the top 12.
Yes.
Awesome.
Right now I am ranked number 19 out of the 36.
Are you really?
Wow.
Yes.
Good.
Wow. And that leads me to because the one thing you've been doing this year is throwing.
Yes.
Since January, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I just 8 meets that I found on the internet, and you've probably done more.
Mhm. Yes, I've been chasing that mark, like been chasing it over and over. And this week I'm actually traveling to Europe, Belgium.
Are
So
you?
I have my first meet on the 20th this week.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You're going to Brussels?
I think later on in the year, yes.
Right. Okay. Because I do know I think this meet this is this supposed to be a big meet, I think.
Yes, I think it's in I forgot where in Belgium. I don't remember if it's Leuven or somewhere else.
Okay.
I don't want to say Antwerp, but yeah, I just know that it's in Belgium. I would have to look back. Yeah.
Because in social media you see how some other people are going there, and I was thinking Sandra and Valerie Almond were going to throw there and all that type of stuff. So I was just kind of curious if that was the same meet. I couldn't remember.
Hmm.
So, is this a Diamond League meet that you're going to?
Oh no, it's just a it's like a World Cup meet, like,
Okay,
but yeah, it's not a diamond league.
gotcha. So if you throw well there, you have a chance to really get a lot of good points, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure, to help you get your rankings to go up and stuff like that. So will your coach go over there now, or does your current club kind of go with you, or do you kind of go?
Oh yes, the club is going there. I'm traveling with the club.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Now, is there other shot putters or discus throwers affiliated with Legacy Athletics?
Oh yes, Todd Wright. He's a discus thrower.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So y'all train together.
Yes, he's my training partner.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mhm.
So right now, are like a typical Monday through Friday, are you throwing every day, lifting 3 days a week? Kind of walk us through your training cycle.
Yes. Right now I am lifting 3 days a week, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
I train from Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday if I do not have a track meet, since it's track season. So I don't really count Saturdays, and then Sunday is like a rest day.
Gotcha. Now, you're still doing shot put. So do you train both on the same day, or is it kind of alternate?
I don't really train for shot put. I just do that for fun.
Oh,
So if they're giving out like a gift basket, I'll just say, you know what, I'm gonna win it just for that.
Ah,
Yeah,
there you go.
that is why I do the shot put. I'm not training for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. She's just doing it for the gift basket.
Yeah.
So cool. So is the goal maybe the Olympics and breaking what's the national record for Jamaica in the discus?
The national record is 67, which is by Sade Lawrence.
67. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're getting closer and closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Now I got to ask this because it's a kind of hot topic. There's all these different types of disc out there. You got your ATEs, you got your niches, there's the new fiber sports. You have all these different ones. Do you have a preference, or do you just kind of pick it up and grip it up and let it rip?
I won't say preference in terms of brand, but in terms of the design.
Yeah.
I like my discus, which is 83% rim weight.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter the brand as long it's like between 83 to 85% rim weight.
okay.
Interesting. Now that's very detailed. How did you come up with that rim weight? Is it just through trial and error?
Yes, because I realized over time there's some discus that is center weight, and I don't release them properly, and then versus one that is rim weight heavy, I'm able to pull harder on those. So I'm like, okay, I guess these are my preference in terms of the pull.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Great point too, because we come across high school kids and they're out there with 90% rim weight, and mom and dad's bought them the $300 discus, and they can't even throw it hard enough to make it even fly right.
Yeah, so I guess everyone has their preference on how to release the discus.
For sure. So when are you leaving out to go to Belgium?
We're leaving on Thursday. So it's like a 10-hour flight, and we're gonna reach there the 19th. So we're gonna reach there a day before our meet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be your first time in Belgium?
No, I went there in 2021. So this is gonna be my second time going there.
Nice. When's the last time you've been back to El Paso?
Since I left. Yeah, I've had the time to go back.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you got anything else?
No, It's interesting. I'm glad we're talking to you, getting your story out there. I love it.
Yeah. Now, are you married? Have kids? What's kind of
Nope, single. No
Gotcha.
kids.
Gotcha.
She's too busy chasing marks.
So does the club help you with housing and all that type of stuff?
I actually live close by the training facility. So yeah, they help out with like providing food and supplements.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have a daytime job? Like a normal day job?
Yes, I'm a personal trainer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So do you train people out of the gym you lift in with the club, or is it an outside facility?
Oh no, it's outside. The club is only for track and field. The personal trainer is like for those who regular work people who want to get fit.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good.
Now, Jamaica's very well known for its sprinters on the female side and on the male side and stuff. Kind of explain to us what it means to be a track and field athlete in the country of Jamaica and kind of represent your country, whether it's in Oregon or possibly for the Olympics. Y'all are kind of the best of the best when it comes to that. What does it mean to you?
Actually, we are very proud, and I wanted to enhance on the field event because we all know that we're good at the sprinting.
Yeah.
So, Frederick Dacres, he's been back in 2018, he was like the favorite
Yes.
at the time, throwing 70 meters. So he gave the highlights that Jamaica are not only good at sprinting, but also in the field events.
Yeah.
And then Taji Gale, I would say in 2019 or 2021, he's a triple jumper and he won gold. So,
Yeah.
so we're just trying to be better off in the field event as well.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And do you think because there's more and more competition among the clubs that are coming into the States and getting their collegiate experience, then coming back to Jamaica?
Oh yes, all of us, it'll be on the first week of July. I would say July 6th to the 9th. We have our national trials. So everyone who wants to go to World Championship this year is going to be there. And as I said, only the top 3 for each event can go there. So it's going to be really hot.
Yeah. Good competition.
Now, where is that meet going to be located at?
Kingston at the National Stadium.
At the National Stadium. Yeah. And that's where you've been throwing there quite a couple of times over the years.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Do y'all get a lot of wind in Jamaica?
Well, not at the National Stadium. I would say mainly because of how it's structured.
Mhm.
Because of the stands, it's high up. So it kind of blocks the wind. Yeah. So it's like we're in like a little bowl or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So once you represent, you make the top 3. Do y'all get funding and paid from the like the National Olympic Federation for Jamaica? Is that where y'all get your money?
No, we only get like a stipend while we're there, but not really get paid by them.
Gotcha.
That's where the sponsor.
Yeah, that's where the sponsor come in. Yeah.
Now, do y'all get it? I think it's here in the States. So if you get like first, second, or third and get a medal, then that's kind of like a bonus pay, right?
Yeah, only if you're being sponsored. If not, it helps you to get a sponsor.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Okay.
So
Well, hopefully-
it's all about the shoes company sponsoring us.
Gotcha. Well,
Mhm.
hopefully we'll get this out to the shoe companies and hopefully get you some sponsors that be able to
Thank
help.
you.
I'm kind of curious. Is there anything, through trial injuries that you've had to overcome, or anything kind of you've seen kind of being even flow, steady career? From the time you left Tech and then came to UTEP and you're back home.
Mhm.
Not really.
No major injuries or anything.
No, I try to stay injury free.
Good.
Yeah.
That way.
Do
Keep it that
you
way.
journal? Do you journal your training logs, good days of throwing, bad days of throwing?
Actually no, but I think I should start doing that so I can able to look back and like, okay, this year this happened, and then I can better myself for next year.
Yeah.
But I think I should start doing that.
Gotcha.
I got nothing else.
Well, Samantha, thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Thank you. It was really
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
meeting
Good
you
luck.
guys.
We look
Thank
forward to
you.
seeing you in the Olympics.
Thank you.
Bye.
And we'd like to thank Samantha Hall for being on the podcast. what a just a unique story where, you know, some people struggle when they coming from into the state of Texas and it's not very familiar surroundings, no family, friends, but you could just tell Samantha had a easy transition and she was there for one purpose, and that was to throw the discus, you know, and she had a very successful years at UTEP, you know, becoming the school record holder at 191.11, and then having success in NCAAs where she was an All-American, and just that catapulted her into her professional career. And it just goes to show you that you're a professional thrower, but it's also not all the fame and glitz and glamour that we think it is. That there's a lot of, you know, counting pennies and doing the dirty work that's behind the scenes that some people aren't willing to do because you're chasing a dream or goal.
You said earlier when she was at El Paso, she had a goal to get better, and you know, she talked about how she would love to go back to talk to the younger her to really understand throwing, and then in college, that's where she started actually figuring out what she was really doing.
Yeah.
Like when she was thrown at that University of Technology and hitting that tree
Yeah.
for 4 months, and then as she got into college, getting coach, was it Mika?
Yeah, Mika.
Yeah, to help her and truly start grasping what she was doing and how important that was with her technical part of her throwing.
For sure.
Because that is huge. And
sure.
sometimes, like you said, it takes maturity to understand that, because high school kids don't always. So you continue to throw, you get that maturity to grasp it.
Well, we're pulling for her to represent Jamaica in the next Olympics.
Yeah.
We're hoping to see her in the World Games here coming up. So we wish Samantha Hall the best. And if you are out there looking to sponsor some athlete, what better athlete to sponsor than Samantha Hall? So
That's awesome. All right. We want to thank our sponsors for episode 98. Texas Track and Field Coaches Association. Go to ttfca.org for everything going on in Texas Track and Field. fourthrows.com to get you some good implements. Use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off. Porta-Circle, use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off. You can use that Porta-Circle. It's raining or hot, whatever's going on this summer. If you're in the Austin area, go to Ready.
would you do it hot?
You could use it inside if it's hot outside.
Okay.
It gets hot in Texas, right? It gets really warm. Ready Up AD, if you're in the Austin area, give Zach Phillips a call, 512-507-8347. And Big Frogs of Colleyville, shout out to them for all of our printing needs. And
hello, Talking Throws Texas podcasters. I'm Bruce Caldwell. I'm here today to introduce the Fiber Sport Discus. Yes, many of you thought I only made great vaulting poles. I have been bringing quality discuses to the throwers' hands for over 40 years. First as Cantabrian USA representative, then for the past 10 years as the Nelco discus distributor. I introduced the yellow-plated discus for the plastic's best durability. If your Fiber Sport discus breaks, we replace it. Our studies have reached into the science of using a wind tunnel and adding microchips to the discus to find the spin, the gravity, the flight stability of the discus. We have found it's not about rim weight anymore. It's more about creating a balanced stability to allow the discus to fly and surf the wind. Our new Fiber Sport discus is made to be selected to fit your needs, no matter the weather, no matter the conditions. Check out our discus selection guide at fibersportdiscus.com and find a dealer in your area that sells our fine product. Thank you, Jason and Janelle, for allowing me to talk with your listeners on Talk and Throws Texas Style.
the Throwing Factory.
.com.
Come see us.
Yes, you can shop on the throwingfactory.com, but also Lifting DFW. If you're looking to take your training to the next level, reach out to me. We can set up a program for you. We can do lessons, whatever you need. Reach out to me at Lifting DFW. And remind everybody about our YouTube channel.
And subscribe, download all the podcasts.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.